Hey, welcome back to episode before it's hot. We've got our New Mexico Lobos slow burn Dynasty week 1, taking on UTEP. A couple things I want to dive into before we play. Let's check out our recruiting. Alright, so I made the classic rookie mistake of leaving the computer assisted recruiting on. So some of my guys may have got off the board. It's been a while since I added them on, a week or two, so I don't quite remember everybody who's on here, but it looks like it's pretty good. But here's our top guys that I think we're going to make a priority. And I've always found it's best to go all in on your top guys. And hopefully some of these guys just move up just by being on our board, and we can get them later. So as you can see, not a lot of talent. Again, the cutoff is 65 unless they're interested in us, which I'm assuming that these guys were, although, 60 bonus doesn't really mean he was interested. So I don't know how that plays into it, but again, the computer assisted recruiting did that. I don't feel like taking the time to figure it out, so we're rolling with it. So we've got 10 guys that are getting a lot of the points, aside from Brandon Douglas, who we're going to move down here. And then after week 8, hopefully it kind of clears up a little bit and we can sign some of these guys. We may have to make adjustments, but that's what it is for now. I want to dive into some scouting, some game plan. All I like to do is go to Coach Central. Go to Coach Info. We're playing UTEP. UTEP, I believe, is in Conference USA. I'm just going to look at Dana Dimmel. We're just going to look at his playbook. So it's pro, so it's going to be a lot of run. Tight end, fullback sets. Looks like they're leaning towards a run. That's good to know. Not super aggressive. Sub a lot, and they're not going to go up tempo. Defensively, looks like they're pretty balanced. Maybe a little bit more aggressive here, which means more blitzes, which we have to be ready for then. And I don't think we'd have the personnel to kind of move things around. Position-wise, if we had a D tackle who was better against the run, we might play them. Or an offensive lineman who was better against the pass, we might get them in. But for now, we're going to roll with what we got. So I don't think we have a lot to choose from. All right, another thing I like to do is kind of check depth chart, remind myself of the players we've got, some of their strengths, some of their weaknesses. All right, so I took a look at our starters. Got a game plan here. Again, looks like we could be strong against the run. Got some decent corners. UTEP's probably going to be very similar to us. Yep, a little bit worse. So we should be able to play to our strength. If it was in Alabama, we would struggle no matter what, but this is kind of a level playing field here. So to add to the Dynasty experience and make it a little bit more lifelike, I like to use a random event generator, just that I created on my phone. Just created a couple of different positive, negative events that could happen throughout the week, and then we apply that to that game week. So I'll cut to a video of my phone, of the events that are going to happen. I'm going to pick 2. Could be both positive, could be both negative, could be one of each. But then we apply those to this week. All right, so we spun and we got figured it out, which is just a +7 awareness to one player. And then we also got our best offensive player is injured, which means that Adam Williams will not play in today's game. So I'll do that when we get in the game. But then +7 awareness for this game only, I'm going to apply it to my quarterback. So Lewis Wheatley did a great job in practice understanding our concepts, understanding our strategy. So he goes up +7 in awareness. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the game. I've kind of scoped out their uniforms ahead of time. We're going to go with a white helmet, cherry jersey, white pants, white socks, black and team color shoes. All right, another thing about this dynasty is, to make it more realistic, we simulate the first half, especially when we're bad. Maybe puts us behind the 8 ball a little bit, especially when we play better teams. So, simulate the first quarter. All right, now with the 17-7 lead in the second half, we take over. All right, so our playbook is spread, a lot of Auburn influence, but we also kind of throw in some power running stuff, some of the flex bone, wing bone, get some pistol in there. So a lot of variety. I like to be able to use it all. I call most of my plays out of shotgun, but it's nice to have those every now and then. All right, so let's get a play call before we get a penalty here. Read option. Can't audible out of a read option. If they defend it well, they defend it well. But we'll use it here. We got a running quarterback, so we might as well use them. Again, we're an up-tempo team, so we're going to go up-tempo. 2nd and 3, I think with my QB's accuracy, I think now this is a good time to see what he can do here.
First down.
Right, with that 5% accuracy. If he chucks out of bounds there, we're still in good position to make a first down. I'll get my running back. Not the best acceleration. We'll see Got good agility. Again, 2nd and 4. Let's see what Wheatley can do here passing wise. A couple guys coming over the middle. And he chucks it out of bounds. Okay, but not the worst. We're at 3rd and 4. Again, we've got a running quarterback. Can't audible out of a read option, so we've got that overhang defender on the left. So we're going to have to manage that. So I can't switch. Boy, that looks even worse. But actually, my read guy's there, so we're going to run with that. Yeah. Defensively, we got just multiple defensive fronts here.
Give me that ball.
Wow. Go Boog. Oh, 4 turnovers in the first half. That was not me that picked that. That was all computer, but I'll take it. That's huge. So again, running the read option has a lot of positives, but again, if you get into a bad position like we did last time, it can hurt you. Geez, got a convoy in front of us there. From 1 or 2, I always like to run out of power I. Although that time it did not work. Not many big runs out of the power I, unless you do something a bit outside, but generally you can get the 1.
Touchdown!
There we go, Jay Dukes. Again, just a lot of variety. I call a lot of things out of nickel and dime. I just think it's a little bit better. Wow, they're running it on us. So I like to go nickel strong. Gets another strong safety in there for the run. I said I thought we might be able to stop the run and get tackles for loss, but they're running it pretty well. I had the edge there. He's going to shove me. And I learned from watching Param Crow. I think that's how you say his name, Crow. Big NCAA YouTuber. If you don't sprint, you tackle better. So if you try to sprint all the way through the tackle, they tend to shed it or break the tackle. But if you just use your normal speed, you tackle much better. And I found that to be true. So I think most of my time playing, I always sprinted everywhere. So it's a little bit hard to get used to not holding down the right trigger, but use your normal speed and you'll tackle much better. I almost had the sack. Jeez. All right, 1st and 10. They're moving here. Let's get a stop. Contain here. Nice. Yep. Still trying to get a feel of, do we blitz out of man? Do we blitz out of zone? I thought our corners would be decent at, that was me getting burned, would be decent at man coverage. But so far it hasn't looked that way. Try to send James on the blitz here. Jeez, it's just a step slow there. Defense really isn't my specialty. I do a lot of offense. Usually if I play on my own, I'm simulating defense and just playing offense. Although that was pretty good. Leave the fullback unguarded here and see what happens. See if we can stop a run. Ooh, wow, I got lucky. I went with the fullback there. I don't know how I read that. I'm going to go play action right off the bat here. just trying to get easy completions for Wheatley. Again, his accuracy is not that great to begin with. So if we can get him heated up here, that'd be nice.
First down.
For this dynasty, I'm gonna try to stick to the play I call. I know a lot of people like to go, ask the coach and they, select A every time. I just don't. I don't like that. I like to be in charge of the play call. Although I do tend, it's kind of the 80-20 principle, right? I call 20% of the plays 80% of the time. So it does help to go into ask coach. And we'll kind of try that here, I guess, and see how it goes. And I think my playbook is, 55% pass, 45% run. That's pretty bad. But I think it usually balances out pretty well. I like this play if I can hit the running back quickly, or try to read that safety and linebacker combo on the tight end side there on that corner route. Or B can kind of settle down on there too, but it looks like we might have A.
First down.
How many catches does he have today? 2? I thought he'd have more, but I'm going to go with the inside zone there. So I'll do my best to kind of mix up the play call, but I do have some favorites that I run where I know how to make the reads. I know what I'm looking for on each play. So a good example like this play, never called this play in my life. Have this formation. And I don't like the running back just running straight out there. I like the tight end to get a little bit deeper downfield with this route, although it's like a yard or two. But the outside linebacker came, it was wide open. And I don't like the running back just running to the flat there. I feel like it's always stop for a loss. I like to have him turn up once he gets out there. But I'm going to try to read that cornerback safety combo on the left side. There's not a linebacker on that side of the field. Missed it. That was a bad read, though. I think with a 2-touchdown lead, I think we can risk going for it here. Obviously, if this is man, I'm going to X over there on that out route. But if it's zone and they jam B, I can maybe get him in one of the zone gaps. Or A down the sideline. Well, yes, young fella. Clipping at the end. I think that was right at the end of the play, too. Read it well. Rounds him, where's 80? Yeah, right there. I think the same thinking applies here. 4th and 4. Tempted to go through read option, but again, not not being able to audible out of it. I don't like. So I like this trail shake here. Try to get RB coming over the middle. Just got to be aware of that left outside linebacker. Sometimes if it's a zone blitz, that D tackle will drop back too, but RB can usually get inside of any corner there. Wells.
First down.
You can see that linebacker took LB, so then the next read was tight end. Let's go read option here. And for the most part, I like to go, formation into the field, not into the boundary, which just means formation's over to where most of the field is here. Now that corner over on the right side there could be a problem, along with that blitzing linebacker. But let's see. Jay Dukes is having a good first game as a freshman. We'll see how well he does to the outside here. Buck sweep is a great play. I count the defenders on the left side, or whatever side we're running to. So we got the 2 D linemen left of the center, 2 linebackers left of the center. The one is a safety, I think. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want him back over there. And usually I'll flip the wide receiver to the right, but I'm out of time here. But we still got numbers going that way if our guys can pick up the blocks. So with buck sweep, depending on if they have 4 people to the side I'm running, it's usually a go. Like here again, I got 4 guys, but that 4th guy is way over there. I'm hoping I can get either inside of him with a puller. We'll see what he does here. So he goes out, we get inside of him. If there's 5 to that side, I've generally audible to an inside run. So it's kind of like a, read play. We're just reading the defense and adapting. This looks good for running up the middle. We got numbers.
Give me that ball.
We fumbled. Wow, that worked well. Sometimes flipping the play right before they snap it, or as close to snap as possible, can cause confusion for them. Or so I think. Who knows? Come down in the box here. Yep, make him turn in, but there's nobody there. Boy, I guess outside there and just got burnt. The computer's clever. I'll give him that. Down in the box again. Yep. Chop block. Missed him. Right position. Another thing I like to do if I blitz man, I do like to come off the boundary side, which that worked perfect. Just because there's a lot of field to cover on the other side, and I want to take a defender away from, the most spacious part of the field. So 90% of the time, my man blitzes, I try to get him to the boundary side. Nice. I'm going to bring the heat here. Do a little zero blitz. Should have it back here. It's not going anywhere. Nice. Punts, I like to get a running start here. So I'll kind of hold off from going to get it here. Now I'll click off. He's running up. He's got it. Ooh. I don't know if that was a face mask or a clipping here. Clipping. So 3 clipping calls in the game, which I think is decent. I mean, I'm not against that many clipping calls, although all against me. But so these screenplays are also kind of just a read. If defender's up, switch to a run. It's because I've thrown so many pick sixes. Great spin move. Wow, Dukes doesn't have acceleration, but he's got he's shifty. He can spin. He's elusive. Not a bad combo of skills there. Hopefully Wells can read that overhang defender there. Oh, don't need to. Nice. 2. If that's a QB keep, we're probably taking a loss there. But Jay Dukes is impressed here. Not just stat-wise, but running with him, he's agile. Blount is cold over there. I don't know if it pays to get him hot or not. Nice. So we got Dukes over 100, 2 TDs. Let's see who our backup is. I do try to get different backups in. Depending on the depth of the team, I will make one formation with all backups just to get them some game reps. Kroll, because then they get kind of the bonuses of playing. If they play enough downs, they get some attribute bumps. But 4th and inches, we're going to give it to Kroll again. But I think with his first year New Mexico team, I don't know if it pays to make a backup
First down.
formation. That's not me calling timeout. So again, wide receiver screen here. Try to get Blount the ball, but again, I don't like when they're pressed up. I know they can drop back in the coverage, but I'm just not sure about it. Here goes Wheatley. Right off him.
First down.
I also like to get my fullback the ball. The more yards he gets, and we get some fullbacks in. I don't know what it is. I like having a decent fullback in the game or on the roster. I had accidentally called the counter instead of up the middle here, which doesn't make sense for a fullback. There we go, 7. So I think if you average, 30 yards a game with a fullback, then fullbacks are more interested in. I think it's an easy way to get another good player on your team. And sometimes they can move to running back if you're down 1 year or you just need a guy with power. So I try to get him the ball every now and then.
Touchdown.
Nice fullback block. Jay Dukes, 3 touchdowns. Whoops. As you can tell, I'm used to not playing defense, so I simmed their offensive round. Gonna have to get used to that. But here we're back on offense. No guy's hot yet. Not even Dukes. Get through there.
First down.
So I definitely think we're a running team. That is our strength. You saw all of our O-line. All of them are best or balanced at running. At run blocking, sorry. There it is. Wait, hang on, Williams. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Let's take Williams out of the game, my top receiver. Wow, so that didn't work. Yeah, Duke's run hard. No timeouts for UTEP. I'll try to get some more passing yards here. The game is well in hand, but I think it does kind of help recruiting if you can. No, or chuck it out of bounds. Well, let's give him another shot here. Six for 14 on third downs. Not terrible. but not good. Chucked it away again. Dang it. Field goals again for us, and the computer usually just watch. Simulating, I think, causes too many misses than what actually happened in the game. So, all right, we'll play defense this time. I gotta get better if I'm going to keep playing this whole dynasty, this defense. Got him. Is that his second sack? Might be. I know a lot of YouTube players like to control one person and let the other guys go, but I think for now I'm gonna kind of float around, switch. I'm not that good where should be the block where I can switch to a guy and cause something drastic to happen. Usually if I switch to a defender to pick off a pass, it's too late and my guy stops and doesn't do anything and the ball goes over my head or whatever it is. So we'll see. If I get better, maybe I'll change it. But Jay Duke's player of the game. Nice. He's making a huge impact already. That was a huge get for us. And then Ian Alford, our strong safety. Just looking at the depth chart, you kind of knew he was going to be a good tackler, good in coverage. He's a solid defender. All right, we'll advance to week 2. Check out some things before we call it an episode. All right, so I just like to check players of the week. Obviously, we didn't get NCAA. Independents were the only ones in there. So it's going to be Jay Dukes and Ian Alford. But as we go and we get into a conference, our players could get bonus attribute bumps for being, NCAA Player of the Week or Conference Player of the Week. That would be depending probably on the random wheel that we spin. We'll add that on there. Should maybe make a note of that. And then I got to remember next game. Let me just do it now here. Our top wide receiver should not have been in the game. Let's see what he did in the game. 5 receptions, 54 yards. Not bad. There, so he's off the depth chart, so I don't forget for the second game. Hopefully I remember to put him back on. And then last thing I got to do is bump Wheatley's awareness down 7. Again, so most of those bonuses are just 1-week bonuses. All right, so that is it for week 1. Thank you for watching episode of Avoid Tot Gaming. Next episode, we'll get into recruiting. We'll do a game plan. We'll go over the depth chart again, get to know the guys, and we will spin the wheel for some random events. And then we will play Arizona, another rivalry game. Thanks for watching, guys.